Welcome to Pep Talk with Wendy Summers. This portion of the Pensacola Expert Panel is sponsored and presented by Pensacola Home Experts and your host, Bill Sheffield, who is responsible for the content. Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of News Radio 1620.
That was about when rock and roll was really rock and roll. Eagles, Hotel California. What a song. This is Bill Sheffield. Welcome to Pensacola Home Experts. It is a great time to be alive and in real estate. And I just tell you one thing for sure. It's great to be with Main Street Properties. Most of you know, you've known me for a long, long time. I kind of been independent for a long time and decided to come into the fold, and I want to tell you some reasons why. But first, I want to introduce you to two of the main reasons why I am now at Main Street Properties. That would be Holly Lovett.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am fantastic, Bill.
Her truck is horns going off. We can't figure it out. I don't know what she did to it, but she did something to it. Said Audie did it. Audie, welcome.
Happy day, Bill.
How y'all doing?
Good day.
So I got a couple questions for you. We're going to cover some of our guests, and I want to explain, first of all, the concept behind Pensacola Home Experts. We have a group of people that are dedicated to doing a better job of servicing your home buying and selling needs. We have pretty much every avenue of it covered. A main function of what we do is involved around Main Street Properties. I've never seen a better team. From the time you walk in the front door and meet Miss Benita to everybody that's there, they have one purpose in mind, and that is servicing the needs of the Pensacola real estate market. Would you agree with that?
I would absolutely agree with that, Bill, and I appreciate you saying it.
Well, it is. It's the truth. I mean, I have never been in a real estate company, or a company, let's broaden it out a little bit, that I felt better about bringing somebody into it than Main Street Properties. It's a welcome, kind of home field kind of place, isn't it?
It's family.
It is family. All right, I got some questions for you because I know a little bit about y'all's history, and I know you're smarter than to do something like I'm fixing to ask you why you did. But maybe you weren't smart enough to know that. But why did you decide to start a real estate business at the bottom of the market? What possessed y'all?
Actually, I think it was a perfect timing. People were struggling. People were looking for something new in the industry that would demonstrate hometown values and offer world-class service. And where there's a need, I was taught look for a way to fill it, and it'll work.
There you go. There you go. And this is a Bill Sheffield curious question. How did y'all team up? How did that come about?
Well, Audie and I have worked together for going on about 5 years now, and I think anytime you have a kindred spirit and a like-minded person, when you have similar values and goals and visions, you just know it, and you don't necessarily need to talk about it out loud. We've always known that God had something pretty special in store. We just weren't real sure what.
Yeah, and y'all are not married. Let me cover that. I mean,
no, we are real estate partners. Audie is happily married.
Not to each other.
Well, I don't know where it came from, but Pensacola owes you a debt of service. All right, now, a year and a half ago, you started bottom of the real estate market. Where are you today? Where's Main Street today?
We are a solid number 2 overall in listings and sold properties. And when you look at the locally owned, local businesses, independent companies, we are a very solid and happy to be there, number 1.
Hold the deal. There's RE/MAX and there's all the other ERA.
Sure, the larger franchised
all the other
companies.
Larger franchise. Mm-hmm. You're telling me that y'all are bigger than them?
Well,
oh, no, excuse me. We're bigger than them.
We never had a vision to be the biggest. We just wanted to be the best, and we are number 1 right now among locally owned companies, and very, very proud to be there.
So, Audie, when you started, evidently a year and a half ago, a little over a year and a half ago, right?
Right.
Evidently, there was 2 realtors. That would be you and Holly.
Right.
So where are you today? How many realtors have you got at Main Street today?
We're just about 100. We're, I think, 98 agents in the office now. In the 2 locations, we have an office on 9 Mile and we have the office on Creighton Road, and we have just under 100 agents.
Okay.
Selling between 60 and 90 homes a month that we're closing, which
wow.
is the largest company in Pensacola, except for one in number of transactions sold every month. So we're proud of that.
Yeah. Well, to in the first place attract 99 independent business folks to anything is quite exceptional, if you ask me, and to do it in real estate is quite something else. Let me say something to you about how I feel there, because I feel like it's important for other realtors to understand this concept. I've been involved in real estate for 17 years. I've been involved in companies, my own and other companies, and we all know how realtors have a jealousy streak about them, and there's envy and there's other things that's involved in it. Anybody at Main Street, their doors are open. There's nothing locked up. I've never seen people work together more. I needed to have get a small mover. I sent it to Benita. She sent out an email, and within 10 minutes, another realtor emailed me back with a contact point. And that seems evident as to how things work there.
Well, when we founded Main Street, we wanted a very unique perspective that reflected our personal mission, vision, values, beliefs, goals, and our perspective at Main Street is that we are a relationships company in the real estate business. And our vision is very simple. It's to be everyone's favorite real estate company. And that includes our staff members, our agents, our customers, our clients, our friends, and agents and owners and brokers in other companies. We view ourselves as an extension of this community. And I believe that's a big part of the spirit and the energy that you feel when you walk into our office, and it's a tremendous blessing.
I would agree. Can I mention some of our other team members on the Pensacola Home Experts? I'd like to talk for a second about University Lending Group. Y'all know Don and Casey.
Yes.
Great folks, University Lending, great lender. They are a bank. You can handle anything that you need. McGraw Insurance. Y'all know Reed Rushing and his team over at McGraw. Insurance needs, home insurance, auto insurance, anything else you need, call McGraw. You met Bob Hubbard with Air Care Wizard. They're a tremendous air conditioner company, but Holly, they also are a mold mitigation company. So if you have had some mold problems or you need some work done, they're the people to call. Panhandle Inspection Services. A lot of you know Dean Williams with Williams Construction from times in the past. Bill Ivey is running his Panhandle Independent Inspection Services, wind mitigations, home inspections, 4-point inspections, anything that you need. Blue Angel Cleaning. You know, he's already done some work for some of the agents in the office. And Curtis Meadows over there, I'm telling you, if you need grout clean, carpet clean, roofs clean, pressure washed, Curtis is the guy to get it done. Yard work. You got to have yards pretty to sell them, don't you? Lance Pierce, lawn maintenance. Lance is a guy to call. And, of course, you're going to have to close the houses. They got to be closed. So resort and luxury home title with Tanya Brown. Now, I didn't give any phone numbers because I want you to call me with any phone numbers. For your questions, call us at 437-1620. You can also go to facebook.com/Pensacola Home. If you've got a question, and just send us a question on Pensacola Home. All right, that's enough about Main Street and Bill Sheffield and Audie and Holly. What about the market, Audie? Where are we in the marketplace right now today in February of 2013?
Well, 2012 was the end of a really good year for real estate in Pensacola. We saw sales increase almost 10%, and the predictions are that 2013 will be better by another 10%. And actually predictions of price increases from 3 to 5% in Pensacola, which, you know, for 4 or 5 years, we've had retreating prices. So I think 2013 may be the best year we've had in maybe 10 years.
I would agree. It's what do you think?
We are predicting that it will be the year of the house. And I really do believe this will be one of those times, and there have been these times in the past.
You need to write a book called The Year of the House.
People will look back on this point in time, and they will either be saying, man, I'm glad I did, or boy, I wish I had.
Yeah.
I really do believe there will be those two groups of people looking back on this point in time.
Got a couple questions for you. Y'all done real estate for a while, okay? You remember your first house? I remember my first house. $23,000 house in Whispering Pines in Albany, Georgia. 3-bed bath, about 1,300 square feet, 1-car carport, VA loan, scared to death. Remember that?
Listen, I got to tell you something just really quick. Interesting fun fact. My very first home that I owned was on Whispering Pines Drive here in Pensacola.
Really?
Yes. Ever.
Huh. I wasn't married to you at one time, was it? Okay.
Isn't that?
Just
That's kind of cool, though.
It is neat. Now, did you ever get a 3.5% loan? Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
When now?
Yes.
In the past?
In the past, absolutely not.
Audie, you've done it for a long time. When have you ever sold a home in the past and got a 3.5% loan on it?
It's interesting you brought that up because I was at the table with a builder, it seems like just a few years ago, but it was in the 80s, and we were writing a contract, and it was committed on being able to get a 11.9% interest rate. And I said to this builder, I said, do you realize if interest rates would drop another 1.5%, we'd be in the single digits? He said to me, you'll never see that in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And I just refinanced my house about a month ago with University Lending at 2.85% interest.
Wow.
I mean, you know, I never would have thought 10 years ago that would even be possible.
Okay, so we are selling houses right now, would you agree with this, at about late 2002 or mid-2003 prices on a price per square foot.
Yeah, that's about where we are.
Neighborhood, everything else.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. What's your favorite car, Holly? Favorite dream car? Say BMW 750.
Well, I think that would have to be a BMW 750, Bill.
There you go. Okay, so you go to Sandy Sansing's BMW, okay? There's this brand new 750 ILIS XTZ WRXY sitting there. Do you like gray?
I love gray.
Gray. Got everything on it. Everything you can put on a car. And you say, how much is this car? And he says, it's the same price you would have paid for it in 2003. Now, would you think that would be a bargain?
I believe that would get me pretty excited.
You can't nod your head, Holly. You got to answer. so you would say that would be a pretty good thing, pretty good price.
Absolutely.
Now, suppose that same thing happened to you, Audie, and you got to finance it, and you got the lowest interest rate in the history of interest rates. Does that add value to the situation a little bit?
I'm buying.
You're sold. Sandy, need to write that one up. Bill done sold you another car. Here's the situation that we're talking about. If you're thinking about buying a home and you've been on the sidelines because you've been listening to MSNBC and CNBC and NBC and ABC, and all of them been saying, do not ever consider the concept of buying a home. The home market's terrible. Have you not noticed for the last 2 months how good in the national media it is about homes?
Well, Bill, Holly didn't make that up about the year of the home. Actually, MSNBC said
No, that was a Holly Lovett thing.
2013 will be the year of the house year of the home because this is such a good time to buy.
All right, so now let's just take it one step further. It's a good time to buy, right? First-time home buyers, you need to get in, quit kicking tires. You need to get out of apartments. You need to buy a home. You're not going to miss this chance. You said something brilliant. You're going to look back and regret it, or you're going to look back and be real happy you did it. One of the two things are going to happen. 5 years from now, the truth's going to be out. So don't be sitting around 5 years from now saying, I wish I could have, because the answer to buying a home first is, can you? The answer is no until you ask. Isn't that right? Isn't that logical? So they need to get busy. They need to call us and let us start doing analysis, put them in touch with some lenders to find out what they can do. So we all agree it's a great time to buy a home, okay? Now, if it's a great time to buy a home, Holly, does that mean that more home buyers would be in the marketplace?
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot of folks who have been kind of sitting back, waiting to see what the market was going to do, what were interest rates going to do, and quite honestly, and that's part of what we're wanting to overcome today, we see a lot of folks that just plain don't know where to start.
Right.
It seems like an overwhelming task and a daunting project, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's what we do. Now, so we all agree it's a great time to buy a home. So if it's a great time to buy a home, is it not logical that it's also a great time to sell a home?
When people are looking to purchase your product, is always the right time to sell.
Supply and demand, absolutely. One of the main reasons it hit the home market for the years that it was down, we lost 30% of the people. We couldn't get them financed. Would you agree with that? They had foreclosure, short sales, all sorts of financial problems.
Sure.
They were upside down. Well, those people, or most of those people, are back into the marketplace. Now we can get those people qualified for a loan, and they're anxious to buy a home again at the prices that they would have paid way more for the homes they bought in 4, 5, and 6 than they can buy the same home for now. So I just think if you're buying or selling, the main thing you need to do is to call Main Street Properties or call Bill Sheffield at 2615133. Go to my Facebook page, Pensacola Home on Facebook, and sign up and let us help you. I don't know what else to tell them besides that.
Yeah, I think getting an analysis of the value of your home and your ability to buy it would be really important. I think there probably are some people that will decide they should keep their house and maybe even keep it and put it on the rental market. But if the decision you're making is, I'm going to wait until my house is worth more to sell it and buy something else, you have to realize that what you're going to buy is going to be more expensive then too. And so it's a good time to move up, and about 40% of the people who sell their homes are selling to move up into something more expensive, and this is the right time to do that, because even though the market has just started moving up, and you could be right, if you waited a year to sell your home, it'd be worth more. The house you're going to buy is going to be worth a lot more too, and so it'll cost you more to replace your home.
And what would you guesstimate, Holly? You're a great numbers lady. That 1% interest move up has an effect on a home buyer.
Well, I believe the number, Bill, and you put me on the spot a little bit.
I like
that too. It's good to wiggle. I was talking to a local lender not too long ago, and we all know that Pensacola is not a metropolis.
Right.
Okay, so relatively speaking, you have to ingest this number. Every time that the interest rates here go up 1%, approximately 6,000 of our prospective home buyers are put out of the market.
There you go.
So you definitely, that's the list you do not want to be on. And I'm going to throw this number out real quick. We are going to be on a few more minutes. If you've got a question and you're a potential buyer, seller, or you're just curious about something, give us a call and we'll try to answer your question right here on the air today. It's 437-1620.
437-1620. How do you attract 99 agents in a year and a half?
Our company's culture is a function of the agents that are there, and I believe largely they were attracted by the things that make our company so different, the mission, vision, values, all of that stuff, but it's perpetuated by the agents. There's a lot of companies with great intentions that have very lofty and very passionate mission statements that don't ever really get around to living it.
Why don't let me ask you to ask me a question. Why don't you ask Bill Sheffield why he is at Main Street?
BMW, what was it? Bill, I would love to know why you chose Main Street Properties.
Audie knows. I've known him for years, and it has been a tough life in real estate for a long time. And I've been out there, been independent, and I've just stayed in touch with Audie. We'd go to eat, we'd do this, and Audie says, "Why don't you come over and let me go to one of our team meetings?" And I started doing that, and the concept behind what y'all do, you're absolutely concerned that the agents that you have there have the latest technology and know everything about the market. I would invite the public. If you want to see how a team meeting is done, you need to come to Main Street Properties next Tuesday morning around 9 o'clock, because it is absolutely incredible. The information is just unbelievable. I have the most support as a realtor that I have ever had in my real estate career. I mean, I call Benita and say this, that, and the other. I call Diane and say I need this. And it's never when, it's I'll get it right back to you. So from an agent's point of view, my mission in life is to help as many people buy and sell real estate in the greater Pensacola market as will allow me to help. I cannot help as many people without the help I get at Main Street. It's that simple. And it's the truth.
Well, we do believe that great customer service begins with our agents, who are our first clients, and
Right.
that our prayer is that will translate into fantastic, world-class service from our agents to their clients and customers.
I would agree with that. Got any? Yes, sir.
I just want to say, Bill, we're proud that you joined the family, and you fit in really well. I want to make sure that this is starting to feel a little bit like, golly, Holly and Audie, you've done a great thing, and it's important for people to know that the agents really created this company as much or more than we did. We didn't just wake up one day and say we want to open up a real estate company. We had a lot of good people that say we're hungry for this type of environment. We would like to do something, and would you consider launching something to do that? And so our agents are very much a part in creating and recreating our company every week.
It's important. Oh, I'm sorry, I got to get in front of the microphone. Okay, I remember microphone. So we've talked about the market. We've talked about this, that, and the other. We've talked about how Main Street has probably the second number of listings on the marketplace. Did I tell you I listed 2 houses yesterday? Are you proud of me?
Very proud of you, Bill.
I did. I listed a house over on Briarcliff. Great home. It's going to be on the market. We're going to be putting it on there real soon. I listed a house out on the west side off of on Purcell. Can I mention these real quick? One more rundown. Pensacola Home Experts, of course, we got Main Street Properties, University Lending Group, Don and Casey, McGraw Insurance, Reed Rushing, Air Care Wizard, Bob Hubbard and his wife Kathy, Panhandle Inspection Service. You got to have a home inspection if you buy a home. Bill Ivy, Blue Angel Cleaning Service. If you've got dirty grout, you need to give him a shout. That's his slogan. That's a good one, isn't it? Lance Pierce, Lawn Maintenance. Time to get the fertilizer going in your yards. It's time to get straightened out. And you got to close a home with Resort and Luxury and Home Title. Thank you so much for all of our sponsors. What do you need to say last over there?
Just want to say one thing. We talked a lot about real estate and residential property, commercial property sales. Want to also let everybody know we have a fantastic property management company. We manage about 400 properties, and we also have a sister company called Our Gulf Coast that is a vacation rental company. So feel free to send your loved ones over, and we'll make sure that they have a great stay on the Gulf. The main number at Main Street Properties is 912-4123.
My name is Bill Sheffield. This has been Pensacola Home Experts Radio. I'm going to drag this out a little bit because there's 2 things you need to remember. Number 1 is my phone number. If you have any question, you want to meet the mayor, anything about Pensacola, Florida, give me a call and I'll do my best to put you in touch with whoever you need to. My number is 261-5133. Call or text anytime that you wish. My Facebook page, and I want you to go to my Facebook page right now if you haven't already liked it and like it. It's constant, current, up-to-date events, news about Pensacola. That's facebook.com/Pensacola Home. I welcome you to go there and like that page and kind of follow it. Audie and Holly, it's first great to be in the real estate business with you. Second, thank you so much for being on the show today. I know that people will have questions about y'all, and I suggest that any realtor out there that might be thinking about making a move, before you do anything or sign anything, you need to check with Audie and Holly before you do that. My name is Bill Sheffield. Here's what you mostly need to remember. Where there's a bill, there's a way.
All right. Thank you so much. That was a great show. You learned a lot, and you're going to get to hear that every single Thursday now at 10:30 to 11 here on the Pensacola Expert Panel. Next, we have Dennis Miller, Dave Ramsey, and live and local again with Brandon Rathard at 4. Thanks for listening.